Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop. And today we are going to dive into the AI sector. Now, this is for both beginners and for degens amongst you, because we're going to look at an overview of the AI sector and why I think it is primed to pump. So this brings us to intersections that are colliding at the moment. So in the one corner, we have blockchain technology, which is all about transparency, where you can create your own ecosystem. And through tokenization and coins, it means that people can create ecosystems now with their own currency, which means if you transact within that ecosystem, then you can have value within it. You can create value within the right ecosystem. So if we find the right ecosystem with the right products and the right things to do, then we can create real value out of nothing. And AI is cutting edge and it's getting better and better and better. Now, is it a scary thing? Is it something that we can make money out of? Well, today we're going to explore this. We're going to look in, and what I've done, I've spent several days creating prompts to target three AI search engines to find hidden gems. Now, will they find them? Well, this is an AI experiment. It definitely isn't financial advice. And part of it is a journey, and part of it is a discussion at the end of it, so that you can share what you think about the picks that AI is coming out with. So, with all of this in mind, my friends, you can join me for a little journey into AI. And it started off with Claude. I put in a big prompt. And so here, the AI sector reality check in 90 seconds. So there's a widespread rally across the AI sector that also signals that retail investors are beginning to relocate their capital after 2 months of stagnation, which during the altcoin market cap total three hovered around the 1 trillion mark. Now, just to simplify that for beginners, there's usually several stages of a bull market. First is when all of the institutional investors get in. The degens get in as well, the crypto natives that have been waiting years and buying coins and just sitting and waiting and sitting and waiting. Now, at this stage in the market, some of the cryptos have had massive gains. So if you look at a coin like Solana that's sitting around $250, that some people got in there for pennies. And if you bought that a couple of years ago, you could have got in for $7. So they're sitting on massive gains. Now, will Solana keep pumping? Quite possibly. But the point being that the big gains have already been realized. So if you're late to the party now, jumping on the bandwagon of something that's already started to pop, well, you're late to the game. So the question is, where are the bargains that the early stage investors haven't seen returns on yet? What can you get into if you're late to the party? And this is a sector that I believe at this time in the market is worth looking at. So we're going to look at AI today. We're going to see the market leaders, which it says are Bittensor, Tau, near, and ICP. We'll talk about this. So the reality check that AI tokens are in rally mode, but they remain speculative. So there has to be warnings with these things as we go through the AI engines. So at the top here, Claude is recommending Bittensor Tau. Now we've got two metrics that we're tracking here. One is the underlying value, the conviction score, and that's 85. And the other one is technical setup score. And what it's done is amalgamated both of these. So the key metrics is that it's got an underlying utility score of 9 out of 10, which means that Bittensor Tau is a setup and an ecosystem that has real value within it. So you can read through a lot of these points should you wish to do so. You can pause the video. I'm just going to give you the ratings. So second is Fetch.ai. Now, Fetch.ai is in the cusp of it's integrated now with Ocean Protocol and Ajax. So three big cryptos have converged to become one big super force, but they're all trading with their same tokens as well at the moment. So this is part of one now called artificial superintelligence, ASI, and has a high conviction score. And the third one is render. So this is a decentralized GPU rendering network. Now it's essential for AI workloads and the metaverse applications, which means that anyone can contribute their GPU power and get paid for it. And on the same thing, people can rent it. People can go online, they can use other people. It's aggregated online, it's decentralized. So this is the sort of stuff that's coming at us with AI at the moment. So the top two mid-cap altcoins, it's come up with Cubic. So it's positioned as an infrastructure layer for decentralized ML deployment and inference. So Cubic is among a handful of AI coins that have surpassed a 1 million market cap, which means that this is big enough to be established now. It's definitely not the degen zone, and it's positioned to go up. Now, Ocean Protocol, again, this is slightly out of date information because this has now merged with FET to be ASI, Artificial Superintelligence, but we'll go into the details of that a little bit later. So specifically the degen plays. So first on the list is AI 16Z. Now this is the fake the fake AI 6Z DAO speculation score of 45 out of 100. So these are little things that I've been putting in and playing with to rank the potential of an imminent breakout. So you can look through, you can read through these, but this is the first one on the rating system. The second one is one called Virtuals Protocol. Now, this is AI agents. We're in the world of AI agents. Now, what AI agents are, that you can go on platforms now and create your own AI agent to manage your finances, to be your personal assistant, and you can build them on Virtuals Protocol and sell them. And this is the future. This is evolving technology and it's very, very exciting. And is it primed to pump? Well, it could well be. And the next one on the list is AIXBT, which is a trading agent. So again, we're back in the world of AI agents. Now, at the moment, these are experimental. We're going to wait and see how they deliver. But this is the future. Now, with AI, they can only get better and better. So the likelihood is that they're going to evolve along the way. And if you believe in the evolving world of AI, then these could represent really interesting coins. So here's a few risk things that you might want to stop and read through. And it's also got suggestions that you don't want to allocate any more than this. 10-year viability test, which I got it to put in. So Tau passes, FET, which is ASI, that passes. These two big projects, they pass the 10-year viability test. I won't bore you with what I put into that. And this is an experimental prompt anyway. So here we go. High priority metrics. So Tau activity and model performance, FET or ASI agent deployment and usage statistics, render network, utilization rates. You can read through this. I'm not going to bore you with it. And here's the verdict. The best infrastructure play is Bittensor Tau. So that is what it's recommending. This is probably one of the safer ones within the AI field. So let's move on to Perplexity and see what they say. I've just got them simply to put it in a table for you. So we're not going to overplay it. At the top is artificial superintelligence. These are the top three large cap coins. Now you can read through the rationale should you want. It then has the graph, which is storage, and also VeChain, which is an interesting one that it's appeared in this one because this is supply chain, but there is an AI element to it. Now, VeChain, I've done a video on this. I do believe it's massively underpriced and primed for a pump. But that, again, there's a full review on VeChain should you wish to look into it. But these are the scores. So the fundamental score I've put into what is the underlying fundamental value of the company. And the technical setup is how likely is it that there's going to be a breakout soon. Then the mid caps. Interestingly, it's got Bittensor Tau as a mid cap here. Same render network and near protocol, which is an AI blockchain that has been price suppressed. This thing will almost definitely, all of these are almost definitely going to go up because the mid cap alts are in an interesting zone that they're established enough to have proved their worth, but they're not big enough that they couldn't have a nice big pump here. So if you've got mid-range safety, these are ones to go for. I think all of these have great upside potential from this point in the market, and the timing appears to be pretty good. And Degen coin, you Degens, you've waited for this. So finally, we've got some Degen coins for you. So top of the list is Deep Snitch AI. So there you go. It's a speculative AI data analytics agent project with whale interest and surging volume. So there you go. Next one is the ASI ecosystem projects. So they're the ones that we've talked about, the early stage projects under this umbrella. And of course, Virtuals Protocol, which is our AI agents call that has already been highlighted. So there you go. And should you wish to pause, you're very welcome to do so and read through this. I'm not going to bore you with loads of data. So again, the summary and recommendations is targeting ASI, artificial superintelligence, which is an amalgamation of three very successful AI projects. So this one has great potential. And finally, Grok. And what I like about Grok, they have access to sentiment analysis as well on their platform, which I believe gives the Grok insights a bit of an edge because crypto communities tend to merge on X. So it has the insight to what's going on. Where's the buzz? Where's the current buzz going? And I've really worked with Grok to get some stuff. Now, if you're a technical person, this is how we've this is what the tool does to analyze breakout potential, but top of the list on large cap. And interesting, isn't it? It has near as the large cap. It was a mid cap on the last one. Bittensor tout, we're seeing it again, and artificial superintelligence, the three that we've already covered. So all of these have great breakout potential. The mid cap alts. Now it has here is Render, the Graph, and a cash network. Now, this is a very interesting project that is doing all sorts of things and has had lots of shilling in the past, and it's massively price suppressed. So I think all of these projects could be strong contenders for some upside action. And the top Degen plays, my Degen friends, and no surprise to find Virtuals Protocol in the Degen zone. This looks promising for AI agents for gaming. So there's another AI agent creation tool called MyShell. I wouldn't lie to you and tell you I know anything about it because I don't. And another one, Newbie, an AI Web3 guide. And again, I don't know anything about that. So you can see there about the scan that I did. If you want to check on that, you're very welcome to do so. So finally, well, not finally, but let's go to CoinMarketCap. We've gone into the categories of AI and big data. Now, by market cap, these are the players. So we've seen Bittensor Tau. Now, by market cap, this is the biggest. So let's look at things like volume, because this is a usual indicator of where's the current interest coming in. We see near at the top, and there we go. We see little AI 16Z with decent volume for a relatively small market cap. Now, this is significant because we see the volume here is over twice the size of the market cap. There's something happening here, my friends. AI 16Z. And let's look at what it's doing at the moment at 12 cents. So something's happening here. So we'll have a look. And look, this tells you what you need to know. It's about timing of the market, my friends. Now, most influencers are going to start talking when it starts pumping. The idea of this channel and this review is so that you can get in before the pump. And this looks like decent price action because here, back in January, it was trading at $2.35. Now, if it goes anywhere close to that, that's a nice little gain. That's a nice little gain, my friends. This looks interesting. Now, I haven't done a full review, so I can't recommend it, but this is what we're looking for. Look at the top. Look at near the biggest player. I just want you to look at the chart. all about the timing, all about getting in before the pump, before the hype. And look, this has been up here. This has been trading at $18. And that was in January 2022. Now it's been down, it's been down, it's been down, and it's been up a little bit. But here, look at this spike here. Now, this was in December. So it was up to $7.39. I think we're easily going to see it hit that. I think it's going to go higher because this is an AI specific blockchain and it looks pretty interesting. So I think NEAR has great potential. So we've looked at volume. Let's look at things, what's happening in AI. Who are the movers and shakers? Now, if we do this, you'll see there's a couple that have already had breakouts. So this one, Nosana, Quack AI, and Unibase. I'm going to tell you, these are not the times to go into these. You do not chase pumps. What we're looking for is stuff that's brewing round about this sort of level. And look, that's where we see AI 16. This looks interesting. I would look into that. That does look as though it could be quite an interesting project, but you'll find some interesting projects down here. Now, finally, let's go to Degens. I just want to show you about narratives here. Now, at the moment, centralized exchanges. Now, this is over year to date. If we look at crypto through a big lens, we're going to start by zooming right out and looking what's happened this year. Centralized exchanges have done well, buybacks, sweet spot, lending. So these are the areas that have done well so far. And stuff like DeFi AI, I mean, here and AI agents have not done so well. DeSci, and look here, AI. It's pretty unloved. It hasn't really pumped. But look, I want you to see the momentum. 90 days. Now it's starting to turn. Still down. It's still unpumped. There's sectors that are doing much better at the moment. Then we go down to 30 days and we see it shifting up the rankings here. And again, I want to focus you on momentum. It's moving, 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 moving month to date. And see, it's moving further. And now it's starting to flip green. So 7 days. And again, this is exciting because it's moving in the right direction, but it's not massively pumped. It's not massively pumped. And even in the last 24 hours, it's moving up the rankings here. So I believe the momentum is with our AI. And if we click on that, we can look at the year to date. We can see what's been doing it. And we can see how price suppressed all of these AIs are. And there's one little one, DEAI. I've done a review on that, and that's massively down. I'm about 50% down on DEAI, but I've got a tiny little holding, about $200 worth. So it's not much that I put into these things. But the point being that these are all on the year to date. If you zoom out, you see all of them are price suppressed. The only one that's flipped positive on the year to date is Ether. All of the others are down. And if we go to 90 days, it's slightly more positive. We see the ones that flipped. We see the ones that have already pumped. And as we go in, we see more green momentum. Look, it's getting greener and greener and greener as AI comes in vogue. But this is still telling you that these are interesting entry points, especially for these ones here in the middle. Now, these ones have already pumped. Is it the right time to go in? I say never chase a pump. But all of these have great potential. And this is what we're looking at here, my friends. But that's just a general overview using AI to assess AI. What better way to do it, eh? To get AI to assess AI projects. But of course, the prompts are evolving. We're getting better. What do you think? That's the real question. What do you think? Are any of these projects primed to pump? They look interesting. It could be. It's all about timing in the market. And this looks like the area to target because so many others have pumped. And it looks like the momentum and the narratives, especially when Grok has analyzed it, that there's sentiment going on in the AI sector that's converging for a pump. But I could be wrong. I'm a lunatic sitting on the Lunar Café. You let me know what you think. Which projects do you think are going to do it? And which ones do you think are going to fail? And is there any that have been missed off this list? If so, leave them in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please do like and subscribe. And if you want more of the same, you will find it's just there, my friend. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.